This is punshdrunkboxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know, man. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was in the Dream Champs podcast with Nori and Co. And he was talking about the athlete of the decade. And he was giving the props to LeBron James. But he feel like if it's between both of them, he's athlete of the decade. Sorry, LeBron James. Do I agree or disagree with Floyd Mayweather Jr.? I agree with Floyd Mayweather Jr. And this is what I'm saying. First and foremost, this first is a boxing channel, so you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, come on, man, he's biased." At the end of the day, you already know the channel. You already know me. If you have subscribed to the channel, if I was you, I'll subscribe, hit the notification bell. You already know, share it, like it. Let's get that thing out the way. You know, I always say I break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and LeBron James, two supreme athletes. Two supreme athletes with great longevity, great champions. But Floyd Mayweather Jr. had a longer reign. Floyd Mayweather Jr. actually put his life at risk, put his life on the line for pure entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? If you're fighting and you twist your ankle, you just ain't gonna pull out. If you break your hand, you just ain't gonna pull out. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if LeBron James break his hand, he's coming out the game. If he twists his ankle, he's coming out the game. He's gonna sit down. The only way you sit down is if it's between the rounds. 1 minute. Don't matter if you got a cut. Don't matter. Don't matter if you tired after that 1 minute. Don't matter. If you get handballs, you only gonna get five minutes, and the referee rush you. You know, after like 30 seconds. So at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather have shown, and he has beaten other great athletes in his respective sport. LeBron James has a collective team which helps him be supreme. If he got 10 assists, okay, got 10 assists, but it took that guy to score. If Ray Allen hits that 3 in the corner and stuff like that, of course, I'm not talking about the last decade, but if we go back 2 decades, anyway, but you understand what I'm saying. LeBron James get help to be great in the court. Floyd Mayweather doesn't get help at all, but a guy just putting some Vaseline in his head, giving him some instructions, just like a coach is giving the players instruction and running the play. But at the end of the day, it's only one man that got to execute that play, and there's 5 dudes in the court that execute the play. People help LeBron James while they're live, while they're entertaining, help LeBron James be great. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is all by his damn self. And to have the kind of longevity, to have the kind of championship also, both of them are Olympians. Both of them are Olympians. And LeBron James also had a bronze medal. So let's not forget about that one. I could say that Floyd Mayweather Jr., if it's compared to, if it has to do with who's going to be athlete of the year, I'm sorry, not fighter of the athlete of the decade, LeBron James or Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is athlete of the decade. The training regimen, yes, is serious for both sports. You gotta have stamina. You gotta have heart. You gotta have grit. But at the end of the day, you cannot compare the heart of a baller to the heart of a fighter. You can't compare the cojones of a fighter to a baller to a fighter in their respective sport mentally. I'm not saying outside of sport, you as a man. No, you got a heart. Everybody got a heart when it's time to protect their family. Everybody got the balls. You put your family at risk, so their family at risk. I'm gonna say it like this: they both gonna have the same attitude. They probably gonna be strapped up and things of that nature to protect their family. Now, I'm not talking about people as men or women. I'm talking about them as an athlete in their respective sport when they're performing. So, there's gonna be people out there that disagree. There's gonna be people out there that just don't like Floyd Mayweather and disagree with that. But athlete-wise, athlete of the decade, I'm gonna give it to Floyd Mayweather, and also he transcended the business of boxing. LeBron James didn't change the transition of the NBA or the way you get paid or things of that nature. I don't think so. I'm gonna say it like this: if LeBron James, implement and fight for a no salary cap like they do in baseball and stuff like that, you get paid to the max of whatever owner wants to pay you. That would be big. Boxing, they could pay you as much as is unlimited. And of course, the money man, is the money man of the sport of boxing. Has LeBron James overexceeded the sport of let's say of basketball? Does LeBron James mean more than the chip? Because there are fighters like Floyd Mayweather that he's probably more important than a belt. Either if you're a fighter and you got a chance to fight Floyd Mayweather. Let me give you an example. If you buck Crawford, either you fight Floyd Mayweather, or you're gonna fight Josh Taylor for a belt. Who you rather fight? Floyd Mayweather. Why? It's more important, right? It's more to your legacy by beating Floyd Mayweather or fighting him, right? So it's the same thing. Will I rather play a game against LeBron James and the Lakers? Or would I rather, you tell me I'm going to go to the finals and play the Houston Rockets or the Clippers in the finals and go after the Kawhi Leonard? You're going to say go for the chip. He's not bigger than the sport. Well, Floyd Mayweather is as big as the sport when he is performing. When he isn't contracted, people ain't thinking about the belt. People's thinking about Floyd Mayweather. People ain't thinking about LeBron James. People's thinking about the chip. So, again, this is up for discussion. We're talking about two different worlds. We're talking about two different responsibilities. We're talking about basketball. We're talking about boxing. If you're not a boxing fan, you might not understand it. If you're a basketball fan, you're not a basketball fan, you might not understand it. At the end of the day, this is just between these two. I'm not talking about no other athlete. I'm not talking about no Tom Brady. I'm not talking about the Manny Pacquiao. I'm not talking about Patrick. I'm not talking about hockey player. I'm not talking about a soccer player. I'm not talking about Messi. I'm not talking about tennis. I'm talking about just between two dudes. Who's the better athlete of the decade? If you had to choose LeBron James or you had to choose Floyd Mayweather, who you gonna choose? And who you think is rightfully so to win that award? Like I said, I believe it's Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's my take. We could discuss it in the comment box. You already know. Leave it in the bottom. You already know I chop it up with everybody as much as I can. You already know me. Again, subscribe to the channel. Keep God first. Everything second. That's the slogan. Fight plus survive equals true champions. The merch is coming soon. The podcast is coming soon. Stay tuned, baby. This is Punch Drunk Boxing. Damn it, I'm hyped now. You already know, man. Also, it's fight week. The most anticipating rematch of the sport of boxing. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder versus Tyson Fury, the undefeated lineal champion of the world. Ooh, baby, it is gonna be an epic weekend. Stay tuned. I'm doing the fight live. Let's go. Subscribe now. Don't fall back, baby. On to the next.